Hello students, welcome to Aditya Academy. I am Dr. Ragini Arora, and in this video, we are going to solve exercise 4.1 from 4th chapter of NCERT book, which is quadratic equations. I hope you must have seen that video of introduction of this chapter. That video actually contains all the basic concepts, methods like factorization, middle term split method, and discriminant method. So in this video, I'm directly starting with the questions from exercise 4.1. The first question is check whether the following are quadratic equations. So here we have to first simplify all the questions, and then when we get the final standard notation of the equation, we have to tell whether this is a quadratic equation or not. So here I'm starting with this is x plus 1 whole square. So you can open this bracket by using identity of a plus b whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So that makes it a square is x square plus 2 times x times 1 is 2x. B square is 1. And in RHS we have to open this bracket. This is 2x minus 6. Now to write this in a standard form, we have to bring all the terms to left hand side. So I'm bringing this minus 2x plus 6 to left hand side. Now this becomes x square. You can see that these two terms are getting eliminated. And finally we have 1 plus 6, which is 7. So here we had learned in the introductory video that the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. That means the coefficient of x square can never be 0. Otherwise, if it is 0, that means this term becomes 0. We are left with highest power of x being 1 in the equation. That makes it a linear equation. So in our question, we see that coefficient of x square is 1. See, the constant term can be 0 or x term can be 0. But this has to be there for an equation to be quadratic equation. So yes, since the degree of equation is 2, therefore it is a quadratic equation, right? So this way we have to solve all the parts to the standard notation. Now in this second question we have x square minus 2x. When we open the RHS, it becomes negative 6 plus 2x. So we have x square minus 2x. We bring all the terms to left hand side, so it becomes negative 2x positive 6 is equal to 0. When we simplify, we have x square minus 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. So now you can see that again we have, if we compare it with this, we can say that ax square plus bx plus c is 0. We have the highest power of the equation being 2. Since the degree is 2, therefore this is a quadratic equation. So in all the parts you have to solve the equations to till this point where we get the standard form. Then only we can analyze whether it is quadratic or not. In the third part, we have to open it on both the sides. It becomes x square plus x minus 2x minus 2. Here we have x square plus 3x minus x minus 3. So we simplify this x square. This x minus 2x becomes minus x. Then we have minus 2. In RHS, x square and this 3x minus 1x is 2x minus 3. Now we have to bring all the terms to left hand side. This is minus x square. We transpose with the opposite signs. This becomes minus 2x, this becomes plus 3. So here you can see that these two x square terms are getting eliminated because they are of opposite signs. Then we have negative x, negative 2x is negative 3x. Minus 2 plus 3 is plus 1. So here we can see that the highest power of x here is 1. So this makes this equation a linear equation, because when degree is 1, the equation is called linear equation. Since degree here is not equal to 2, therefore this is not a quadratic equation, right? Next part is we have to solve this, which is 2x square. X multiplied by 1 is plus x. Then we have minus 6x and minus 3. In RHS, we have x square plus 5x. We solve it further. We bring all the terms. This is x minus 6x. I'm writing it like this. I'm bringing all the terms to left hand side. This becomes minus x square. This becomes minus 5x. So this is 2x square and minus 1x square is x square. Then regarding x, we have minus 6x minus 5x is minus 11x and plus 1x is minus 10x. Then we have only minus 3 as a constant. So now you can see this is the standard and simplified form of this equation. So degree here is 2. Degree is 2. Therefore, this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So now the next question is, we again have to open these brackets to simplify this. This becomes 2x square and minus 6x. Then we have minus x plus 3. In RHS we have x square minus x plus 5x minus 5, right? So now we have to simplify both the sides further. This is minus 6x minus 1x is minus 7x plus 3. In RHS we have x square, 5x minus 1x is 4x minus 5. So now I am bringing all the terms to left hand side. So this becomes minus x square minus 4x plus 5, right? Solving it further, we get 2x square minus 1x square, which means x square. Minus 7x minus 4x is minus 11x. Plus 3 plus 5 is 8. So we can see that this equation has got x square term. Coefficient of x square is 1. So the degree here is 2. So yes, this is a quadratic equation, right? So the next question is, we have to solve this equation, and in the LHS we have x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 square. So here we have to use the identity a minus b whole square, that is x minus 2 whole square. So this is a square minus 2ab, 2 into x into 2, that is minus 4x, plus b square is 2 square, which is 4. So in RHS we have x square minus 4x plus 4. So when we simplify it further, we can see that we have to bring all the terms to left hand side. So we get negative x square, positive 4x and negative 4. You can see that these two x square terms are getting eliminated. So we are left with 3x plus 4x, which is 7x. 1 minus 4 is minus 3 is equal to 0. So you can see that here we have x as x to the power 1 is the highest power of the variable. So degree here is 1. That means degree here is not equal to 2. Therefore, we can see that this is not a quadratic equation, right? For an equation to be quadratic, the highest power of the variable should be 2. So that term is missing here. That is why this is not a quadratic equation. Then we have x plus 2 cube. Here we have to use the identity a plus b whole cube, and that is a cube. I hope you all remember these identities that you had learned in class 9, because in chapter of polynomials and this quadratic equations and some other chapters also you might be requiring these formulae. So this is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So if we have x plus 2 whole cube, a is x and b is 2. So this is a cube, this is b cube. Here we have 3. At place of a you have x. So x square multiplied by 2. 3x multiplied by 2 square. When we open this, we get x cube plus 8 plus 3 2s are 6 x square. Here we have 2 raised to the power 2, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12x. So in LHS we get x cube plus 8 plus 6x square plus 12x. See, by looking at this question, you might get an idea that since the power, when we open this bracket, we will be getting power of x in terms of 3. But here also we have cubic term in the RHS, so they might get eliminated and they might not. So you have to simply solve the whole equation to its simplest form. 2x into x square is 2x cube minus 2x. So I'm bringing all the terms to left hand side. This is 6x square plus 12x. This becomes minus 2x cube. And this becomes plus 2x. So RHS becomes 0 now. So now simplify. This is x cube and this is minus 2x cube. We get minus x cube. 6x square is the only term involving x square. Then we have plus 2x and plus 12x. That means which is 14x. And the constant term here is plus 8. That's it, yes. Now we have simplified. See, the standard form of any equation is ax to the power n plus b x to the power n minus 1 plus c x to the power n minus 2 until you get the last term, let it be any number like b. This is a standard form. You always have to express an equation with the highest power being with the first term and the powers of the variable keeps on decreasing. This is the standard notation. And by this you can say that degree of this equation is 3. So you can write, since degree is not equal to 2, therefore this is not quadratic equation. This is not a quadratic equation, right? The last part of this question is, here also we have cubic term both the sides. So we simplify this, x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1. And in RHS we have x minus 2 cube. You can use a minus b cube formula. This is a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So you get x cube minus 2 cube minus 3x is a, and here we have 2. 3a is x and b is 2. So we have 2 square. Simplifying this, we get x cube minus 8 minus 6x square plus 12x. So in RHS we have x cube minus 8 minus 6x square plus 12x. Now I simplify this. I'm bringing all the terms to left hand side. So we get negative x cube here, positive 8, positive 6x square, and negative 12x. And in RHS we have 0. So you can see x cube and x cube is getting eliminated here. So we are left with negative 4, positive 6. So we have 2x square minus x minus 12x is minus 13x. Then we have 1 plus 8, that is 9. So simplifying both the sides, we have got this equation. And since the degree of this equation is 2, the highest power here of x is 2, so this forms a quadratic equation. Degree is 2, therefore this is a quadratic equation, right? So I hope this is clear. Just by looking at the question, you don't have to answer whether it is a quadratic equation or not. You have to simplify both the sides of the equation and simplify it to this last stage where we can express an equation in the standard form. And then by checking the degree of the equation, you can say whether it is a quadratic equation or not. The next question says, represent the following situations in the form of quadratic equations. So here the area of rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. Units are in meters. So if I make a rectangle like this, let this be length, this be breadth. And we know that area of rectangle is length multiplied by breadth. So here he says the length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So the length of the plot is expressed in terms of its breadth. So first we have to assign one variable to the breadth. Let the breadth of the plot, that is B, let us assign the variable x to it, x meters. So the length of the plot L is 1 more, right, plus 1 on the right hand side of the expression. 1 more than what? 1 more than twice its breadth. So breadth is x, twice of breadth becomes 2x. So length becomes 2x plus 1 meters. Right? This is how we assign variable and then form the quadratic equation. The breadth of the plot becomes x meters and length becomes 2x plus 1 meters. Now area, we have been given that area is 528 meters square. And we know that length into breadth is the area of a rectangular plot. Here length is 2x plus 1 multiplied by breadth, which is x. And the value of area in numerical terms is 528. This is the quadratic equation that we have got. When we open this, this is 2x square plus x, and we bring 528 to the same side. So RHS becomes 0. You can see that this is a perfect quadratic equation. The coefficient of x square is 2. Now we have to solve this equation to get the length of the plot. So here we are doing it with middle term split method, right? So I'm factorizing this to multiply. This is the standard form. See, the equation has to be in the standard form first, and if it is ax square plus bx plus c, then you have to multiply first and the third term. So this becomes 2 multiplied by negative 528. So this is minus 56, 1 minus 1056, right? We have to factorize 1056 to get the factors of 1056, so that when they add up, the sum of those two factors is plus 1. Sum is plus 1, that means, see here, the product is negative. Product is negative, so one factor has to be positive and the other one has to be negative, right? And the sum here has to be positive. That means the larger one is positive. So the sum of one positive and one negative factor has to be plus 1. So I start factorizing here. 2 5s are 10 and this is 528. 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 12, 264. Then we have 132. 2 6s are 12 and 2 6s are 12. This is 33 and finally we have 3 and 11 here, right? So this is a large number for factorization, and here this method becomes troublesome because it is time consuming if you are looking for the factors in a very random manner. What you have to do is just keep in check the difference of two numbers is 1. That means they are two consecutive numbers. So look for the numbers or try to almost make factors so that the product becomes 1056. What is that number? The half of 1056. That means what two numbers should be multiplied so that we get around 1000, right? Around 1000. So that means we have around 1000. That means 30 into something. So try to make numbers like if I keep 33 here. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest we have 5 twos. 2 raised to the power 5 is 32. And the other factor is 33. So you can see that 32 multiplied by 33 is 1056. Moreover, their difference is 1. So you always have to look for two consecutive numbers when you have to look for the difference or sum of these two numbers to be 1. Since one of them has to be negative and the other has to be positive, the sum is positive, the larger one is positive, and the smaller one is negative. Now you can check if you multiply 33 with negative 32, the product will be minus 1056. And when you add them, 33 minus 32 is plus 1. So the factorization here becomes 2x square. This is plus 33x minus 32x minus 528 is equal to 0. So now we have to factorize, take out common from first two terms. There is nothing common. So if only x can be taken out, 2 and 33 are co-prime. So we are left with 2x here and here we are left with 33. Then we have to take out common from these two terms. See, if it is difficult dividing all this, you can see that you need to have 2x plus 33 here. So take out what is common so that we are left with 2 inside. Negative 16 can be taken out common, right? After that, if you take out minus 16 common, you are left with 2x here. And you can divide 528 by 16. 16 3s are 48 and 16 3s are 48. So we are left with positive 33 inside the bracket. So now 2x plus 33. 2x plus 33, this bracket is common to both the terms. And then we have x minus 16 here, right? So now equating both of the factors to 0, we can get x is equal to minus 33 by 2 or x is equal to 16, right? So we have got the two values of x. Since this is a quadratic equation, we will have two roots or zeros, and we can see that this value of x is negative. We had assumed x to be the breadth of the rectangle. Parameters like length and breadth, they cannot be negative. So leaving this value, we fix our breadth to be 16. So the breadth of this rectangle becomes 16 meters. Now the breadth is 16 meters. Now length is 2 times x. That means 2 times 16 plus 1. That is 32 plus 1. So length is 33 meters. Right? So the length is 33 meters and breadth of this rectangle is 16 meters. We have solved this. These are the parameters. Next question is, the product of two consecutive positive integers is 306. We need to find the integers. This is very simple question. Two consecutive means back-to-back numbers like 35 and 36. The product of two consecutive positive integers. Let the first positive integer be x, right? The next positive integer b, we have to take two consecutive back-to-back numbers, means if the first one is x, the other one will be x plus 1. Now he says the product of two consecutive positive integers is 306. That means if we multiply these two numbers, we get 306. Right, now I will solve this quadratic equation. Open up this bracket. This is x squared plus x. Bring 306 to left hand side. Now this is the standard form of a quadratic equation, right? Here you also have a bigger number. This is 306 and this is negative 306. The product of two numbers, multiply first and last number, which is minus 306. The product of two numbers is negative 306 and their sum is plus 1. And since the product is negative, one of the numbers has to be positive, the other one has to be negative. And then the sum is positive, that means the bigger one will be positive. Now again in this question, we can see that the difference of a positive or sum of the positive and negative number is plus 1. That means the numbers are consecutive. So we have to look for the factors of 306. Divide this by 2. This is 153. Now this number is divisible by 3. 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3. Then we have 3, 17 and 17, 1. Now the factors should be two consecutive numbers. Now what are those? You can see this is 17. This cannot be broken down further. This is 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. So 18 and 17. These are the two numbers whose product is 306 and we have to keep the bigger one as a positive because the difference of a positive and a negative number is positive. So if I take plus 18 and minus 17, their product becomes minus 306 and their sum is plus 1. So both the criteria are satisfied. So I can replace x square. This x has to be broken down into positive 18x, negative 17x. And this becomes this. The middle term has been split and this is, you have to take out common for the first two factors. Only x is common. So we are left with x plus 18. 17 is a factor of 306. If you take out 17 common, it has to be with negative sign. So if you take out 17 common, you are left with positive x inside and positive 18. You can see, you can divide 306 by 17. 17 ones are 17. But if 13, 136. So 17 eights are 136, right? So now in this expression, x plus 18 is common to both the terms. And then we are left with x minus 17 is equal to 0. Equating both of these brackets to 0, we get x is minus 18 or x is 17. This we have to eliminate. Why? See here, the numbers are positive. We have taken the positive numbers. So x is equal to 17 is the first number. We have taken the first number to be x. So the first number is 17 and the next consecutive number has to be 17 plus 1, 18. So the answer to this question is two consecutive numbers are 17 and 18. Next question says, Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. The product of their ages is 3 years. Product of their ages 3 years from now will be 360. Now we would like to find Rohan's present age. So let Rohan's present age be X years. Ages are in years. Now Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. So that means the present age of Rohan's mother is X plus 26. Whatever the age of Rohan is, his mother is 26 years older to him. So Rohan's mother's present age be X plus 26. She is 26 years older to him, right? Now he says the product of their ages 3 years from now. So now he is not talking about the present ages. Product is given for the ages which are 3 years from now. That means ages 3 years from now. Then Rohan's age will be whatever his age is. First of all, you have to add 3 to his age so that you get the age 3 years from now. Rohan's age will be X plus 3. And then Rohan's mother's age 3 years from now. Rohan's mother's age 3 years from now will be, she is X plus 26 years old right now. So you have to add 3 to her age. That means X plus 29 years. She will be X plus 29 years after 3 years from now. Now the relationship between their ages is the product of their ages 3 years from now will be 360. That means the product of these two ages 3 years from now, X plus 3 multiplied by X plus 29 is 360. Right? This is a quadratic equation that we have found. Now we have to simplify this to get Rohan's present age. We open these two brackets, x square plus 29x plus 3x plus 3 9s are 27 and 87 is equal to 360. So we get x square plus 29 plus 3 is 32x. And then we have to find 360 minus 87. 10 minus 7 is 3. 15 minus 8 is 7. 273. So we get minus 273 is equal to 0. So this is the standard form of the quadratic equation. Now we have to simplify this. Again, looking at the standard form, we are using middle term split method. 1 has to be multiplied to the last term, which is minus 273. Right? So we have to make factors for 273 so that their sum is 32. You can see that again the product is negative. So one of the numbers has to be positive, the other one has to be negative. This is 273 is divisible by 3. You have to check the sum of these digits. 3 9s are 27 and 3 1s are 3. Now this is 7. 13 7s are 91. Now we require the product be 273. So we have got only 3 factors. We have to make them into 2 factors so that their sum is 32. One has to be negative, one has to be positive. Right? So that means 32. 273. 7 3s are 21 and 13. No, this is not the perfect pair because 32, we will not get 32 out of this. Then we do it 13 3s are 39 and then 7 is left here. So yes, if we keep this as positive and this as negative, We can see 39 minus 7 is 32 plus 32. And moreover, the product is negative 273. So I'm factorizing here. This is x square. This 32x can be broken down into 39x minus 7x. 39 minus 7 is 32. Minus 273 is equal to 0. Now common to first two terms is x only. So we are left with x plus 39. And then from the next two terms, this minus 7 is common. We are left with x. Now since we have taken minus sign outside, both the terms become positive, and you can divide 273 by 7. 7 3s are 21. 63, 7 9s are 63. So we are left with x plus 39 is equal to 0. X plus 39 is common. Then we are left with x minus 7. So x is either negative 39 or x is equal to 7. We cannot take this value because age of any person cannot be a negative thing. So the present age of Rohan is 7 years. Right? Rohan's present age is 7 years. Right? And the last question for this exercise is, a train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. This is a very interesting question. We need to find the speed of the train. So initially we have to assume let the speed of the train be x kilometer per hour, right? Now in this question, the equation is about the time in two different cases. You have to check this. Distance traveled by the train. Distance traveled by the train is 480 kilometers. See, this is the ideal condition. A train travels a distance of 480 kilometers at a uniform speed. So that means this is a usual case that a train covers this much distance with the usual speed. So according to that, you can write usual time. That means if there is no change in the basic speed, usual time of that train is, time is distance upon speed. This whole equation is about the difference in two timings. So you have to compare the two times. The usual time is 480 by x in hours. Like distance is in kilometers, speed is in kilometer per hour, so time is in hours. That means if a train travels without any disturbance in its speed, it takes 480 by x hours in usual cases. Now in the conditional case, he says if the speed had been 8 km per hour less, right? Obviously when the speed is less, the train will take more time to cover the distance, same distance. So I write new speed. We are making a change in the existing speed. So the new speed is 8 km per hour less. That means x minus 8 km per hour, right? And the distance is still same. It has to travel the same distance, 480 kilometers. So now the new time becomes, time is distance upon speed. So 480 upon speed is now x minus 8, right? So what I have done is, reading the question, you can say that the equation is about the difference in two times. So what I have done, I have taken the usual time first and then the different time which is according to the given condition. That is when the speed is reduced by 8 km per hour, this is the new time. And now the question says it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. So this is a very basic problem with the children, that they are not able to interpret which time is bigger in this case and which is smaller. So you should be able to make it out that this is with a smaller speed. So the time in this case is greater, right? So that means this time, now the new time is 480 upon x minus 8. This is equal to, or you can directly subtract this time, usual time 480 by x. The difference of these two times is 3 hours, right? And you have to check this. This is a simple method that since in this case the speed is less, the time will be more. Or otherwise, this is a very basic thing that in this case the denominator is x, right? And in this case denominator is x minus 8. That means here denominator is smaller, so the fraction is greater. A fraction which has smaller denominator is larger in number. So this value is larger, so you have to subtract this one. This is smaller, this is the larger one, and the difference of these two numbers is plus 3. Now we are going to solve this. This is x into x minus 8. Divide this by x minus 8. This gets 480 gets multiplied by x. In this case, this denominator gets divided by x. So you have x minus 8 multiplied by 480. Right? So now we are going to simplify this. That means 480 minus 480x minus, this is 480x, and this is minus 480 into 8. 8 8s are 64, 6 8 4s are 32, and 6. This becomes positive 3840, and this thing goes into the right hand side. 3x square minus 8x. I have taken this to right hand side. So this thing gets eliminated. We have 3840 is equal to 3x square. 3x square minus 3 8s are 24x, right? You can see if 3 is a common factor. See, 3 is common to both terms here, and 8 and 12. Yes, 3 can be taken out. So we have 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 8s are 24. This is x square minus 8x. I have just taken 3 common from both the sides and reduced it. X square minus 8x. Bring this thing to the right hand side, so it becomes 1280, and we have 0 on one side. So now we have to solve this by middle term split method. So we first multiply first and last term. The product is negative 1280. So now I am doing the prime factorization of 1280. 2 6 are 2. This is 320. Then we have 160, 80, 40, and 20, 2 tens are, 2 5s are, and 5 1s are. This is a prime factorization. You have to look for the numbers which when multiplied gives us a product negative 1280, and the sum of those two numbers is negative 8. See, the product is negative, so one factor is negative, the other one is positive. And here, since the sum is negative, the bigger one has to be negative in this case. So now I'm looking for, like, if I take, this is 5 4s are 20. 5 4s are 20. Then I have 1 2 3 4 5 6. 2 to the power 6 is 64. Their difference is 44. So this is not the right pair. Then I keep increasing here 1 2. This is 2 times 2 times 2, 8 times 5 is 40. And the other factor is 1 2 3 4 5 2s. That means 32. So yes, their difference is 8, right? So this is the way we find factors. 40 and 32 when multiplied gives you minus 1280. Now since we require negative number, so bigger one has to be negative. So I'm writing this is x square minus 40x plus 32x. and this is minus 1280. So we have x minus 40 here. From here we can take out 32 common, so we are left with x minus 40, right? The factorization becomes x minus 40, sorry, x is common here. So x minus 40 is common, and then we have x plus 32 is equal to 0. Now equating these two factors to 0, we get x as 40 or x as minus 32. See, here we are talking about x we have taken as the speed of the train. So this cannot be negative. So the speed of train is 40, right? So the answer to this question is usual speed of the train is 40 kilometer per hour, right? So this was all about the first exercise of NCERT. I hope things are clear to you. And if you need few practice sums for these factorization methods, you can go and watch introductory video. I have given few questions so that middle term split method is clear to you. So I hope you watched the introductory video as well as this video, and if you like them, please share it with your friends, subscribe my channel, and wait for the next further videos. Thank you for watching.